Ladies and gents, boys and girls, how are we all diddling? This is a non-Wildanator video. This is going to be a fairly simple one. We're going to go from level 1 to level 70 range at Revenants only. There's no real restrictions on the account, it's just that one simple goal. The idea behind this one is to make a video that anybody could follow in a short space of time. Loads of people love creating new accounts, pures, or just looking for some early gold, and this caters towards it. Most people would probably jump straight into sand crabs or something, so I wanted to see how this compares in time taken and what you have to show at the end of it. And this account is going to be self-funded. Naturally, the first and only Rev we have a shot of killing at level 3 is going to be the Imp. We didn't have a Bracelet of Ethereum yet, so in itself was a bit of a challenge. I tried attempting to lure the Imp, but this was to no avail. The sneaky little blighter was putting up quite the battle. Fortunately, wandering the Forbidden Lands, I found an adventurer that was particularly interested in my starting gear and just so happened to be offering some supplies we needed. So with this one-sided trade of 1,354 GP, alongside the Revenant entry fee, self-funded he said, this would be the one and only handout we took. I mean, fairly traded. Our first battle was tightly fought and a ferocious one. The healing mechanic of the Imp meant that we got up from 1 to level 4 range from the first kill. New early range meta unlocked? I do believe so. But of course, Rev Slayer 3 did come out on top. We gave the Imp the obligatory sit, and we doubled the bank with our first lutations. 2 kills in, the Imps had run us dry. We had just about enough cash to afford some more food and head on back. We'd gained some range levels at this point, so from this point forward, things were only going to get a little bit easier. First 5k made, my god, things are snowballing. Now we're Billy the Baller. Obviously, we bought our first big purchase, an Amulet of Power, and this was really going to help us out. And as you can see, we have just acquired ourselves level 20 range, which is obviously the next upgrade on a bow. That's going to be a pretty huge upgrade, and actually, you know, we're hitting 3s and 4s I think now. So these imps are becoming considerably easier. As you can see from the inventory, from a few kills, we've actually managed to get quite a few lutations. So we're going to give this one a little PC, see what we're left with, and yeah, going to get ourselves a nice upgrade. So even the food alone and things like that, 18k this early in the account is going to be useful. Would you look at that? Level 7 NPC drops 120k for us. Very nice, and now we can properly start banking some supplies. We sold all of our loot and bought an Amulet of Glory. Seems kind of simple after grinding it for over 2 years on Wildanator, but here we are. We also brought a Bracelet of Ethereum, which is really helpful at Revenants. We also brought a looting bag. In hindsight, the looting bag really wasn't needed, as I believe it's a 1 in 30 from the lower level Revenants drop rate anyway, so we'd have just gotten one through killing them. But I was so overcome from the sudden wealth that it was burning a hole in my pocket. Things were going so swimmingly, and all the excitement, I almost forgot that we were within the wilderness, as we came across our first threat. At this lower combat, we're pretty defensive, so a sharp eye is vital. A bonus about coming to Revs at such a low level is not many people do, so there isn't really much danger or levels that can attack us about. We didn't run into anybody else and made it all the way up to level 40 range, where obviously we can now get our first proper upgrade in the form of green dragonhide. The money isn't going to properly start rolling in until we can kill some of the slightly higher level Revenants. However, it is plenty of cash to self-sustain the account with these lower level Revenants, and we even bankrolled a whopping 350k, which obviously we spent on Fashionscape, as any other use of the GP would have just been moronic. You can set your Bracelet of Ethereum to automatically pick up Ether, and at the later range levels you'll be profiting in Ether, but currently the bracelet was using more Ether than the Revs were dropping. So we decided to buy quite a bit of Ether from the next chunk of money we'd made. We also actually decided to upgrade to rune arrows at this point, as they're only about 90 GP each, and it was going to be very much worth it for the faster kills. As you can see, we've just got ourselves level 50 range, which is going to be a magic short bow upgrade, and it's the first bow with a special attack. It's going to be an absolutely huge upgrade. We've also gone from the Revenant Goblins to the Revenant Pyrofiends for the chance at those better drops. It is pretty risky because we're in level 30 wilderness up here, and a level 64 can attack us. And at that level, a random pure of DDS or something could just come swipe and smash our head to pieces. But so far so good on the PK front. We are now very easily self-sustaining. We have enough money to purchase a blue D-hide that we can now wear with the level 50 range. Also a magic short bow and the scroll to imbue it. This scroll is kind of expensive, but absolutely worth it. It takes the special attack cost down from 55% to 50%, which means we can spec twice rather than just once, which is actually pretty meaningful with Revs. Because of the healing mechanic, it means that it will often get 1 less heal, which really does add up over time. It also gives the magic short bow a plus 75 range bonus over the normal one, which would only have a plus 69 range bonus. Naturally, we spent some of the remaining money on a level 50 Fashionscape because we all know that Fashionscape means increased RNG. After staying up at the Parthians and getting a few kills, we've actually got quite a nice bankroll now, nearly a mil. So we're going to sell everything up and hopefully going to get our first proper big upgrade. And that, of course, is going to be the Amulet of Avarice. This is going to be a huge upgrade for several reasons. The first one being it already has good stats, has the same stats as a Glory, which we're currently using, but it has an additional 20% increased accuracy and damage when fighting Revenants. As well as that, it means I don't have to find other people to skull on because it automatically skulls me for the increased drop rate on the emblems and the Revenant weapons. And finally, it notes all drops, which means we can get some big beefy looting bags whilst we've got it on. We've now come to the Hobgoblins, partially because they're only a level 23 wilderness, which means less higher levels are able to attack us as we increase our combat level, less chance of getting tele-blocked and things. And also with the Avarice, we're perfectly capable of killing them. First looting bag, 375k. It's a really nice start, and that's soon going to add up, a couple of those. We are only 37 combat at the moment with 55 range. First drop, which is one of the rarer ones, it's the Ancient Crystal. It's the same as some of the lower level emblems, so it's a shame that it's one of the cheaper ones. But I'm not complaining, it's still nice to see. 518k in the looting bag. As you can see, these looting bags are starting to beef up a little bit as we're able to kill more Hobgoblins per trip. 2 U seeds, it is the lowest amount of U seeds you can get, plus it's the same rarity as the emblems and obviously worth a lot less. But RNG works in mysterious ways, so we're going to keep at it and hopefully we can land a few more of these rare drops. No, I didn't just fancy a tour around Lumbridge Castle and a quick yarn to hand. Unfortunately, we did get PK'd. I didn't catch the PK because I was recording a screen on Wildanator. But here we are in Lumbridge. You can clearly see we died. I've decided just to keep one prayer and just make it a 1 to 70, so we do lose the Avarice. So yeah, let's hope we can quickly rebuild that one. Yeah, we've got over 1.5 mil, so we're able to afford back the Avarice, which is pretty nice. We'd made enough before losing it. Look, it's a little bit frustrating, and the clever thing probably would be to get 25 prayer, but yeah, we're just going to go straight for the 1 to 70. It's wilderness, these things happen. We are making silly money for our combat level, so it comes part and parcel of the risk. So let's get all our gear back and head straight back up to the Revenants. What avarice loss, he says. Look at that big looting bag, nearly 1.3 mil in the bag. Yeah, we're starting to snowball a little bit now, level 63 range, and we're starting to make some decent GP. 700 big ones, don't mind if I diddly do. This hobgoblin is going to be our final kill. We probably really overstayed, but I do have quite a lot of experience with Revenants, and it is a really quiet time of day, but I would probably... Christ, what is going on with my words? I would probably not stay this long. Looting bag, 1.6 mil, plus that in the inventory. Yeah. We grabbed our nuts, we stayed for quite a while, and we're reaping the rewards. Alright, Hans, me old chum, yeah, just fancied a quick chat, yeah, hope you don't mind, nothing to see here really, just a quick yarn, how you doing son, yeah, I'm all good, just going to run to the bank, probably, might buy myself another Avarice, because why not, you know, I just fancy one really, and yeah, probably just head back to the Revenants after that.
What I call them? Fun coupons! See that? A fun coupon!
What did I tell you, boys? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The big emblems would come in eventually. I didn't think it'd be quite that big. 8 million effigy. That's kind of got us covered for a lot of deaths if we need it. 8.3 million in the looting bag. Yeah, we can really start splurging now. We got 8 mil emblem. Beautiful. Is he just showing us the same clip that we've just seen? Another 8 mil emblem. Nope. Yeah. I don't know what to say. We've just got that one and we've got another one. That is our first... Is that our first kill back or second kill back? Basically, we don't have anything else in the looting bag. We may have done like 1 or 2 kills and not got any loot. That RNG is kind of silly. It went from a bit rubbish to absolutely ridiculous. 2 8 mil emblems in the space of about 10 minutes. I'll take it. Another worthwhile trip up there, nearly 900k in the bag. Add this to the bank, and the bank's looking pretty healthy at nearly 20 million GP. 1 to 70 range levels coming pretty thick and fast, so we haven't caught that many of them, but that's going to be level 69. Nice, one more to go. We are very, very close to level 70 range. It's been a really fun little side project. As I said, anybody can do this. It's a really simple thing, 170 range. It's not particularly time consuming. You don't have to be particularly skilled. I do have some experience with Revenants, but there isn't much escaping at this level anyway. There it is, level 70. We have now completed our goal and can acquire a black dragon hide. This is most lootations, the ones that can fit in my inventory. We're going to sell them all off, see what we're sort of left with. Obviously, a large bulk of the cash will come from the emblems, but you can expect some emblems if you're going to do 1 to 70. I'd get slightly lucky with getting 2 of the higher valued ones, but it is just a nice way of doing it slightly differently rather than the generic sand crabs and things like that. So let's sell this off and see what we're left with. So as well as the bits we have in the bank, plus the avarice, plus self-sustaining or the arrows, food, range potions, we made nearly 5 mil without the emblems, but obviously with the emblems it's going to be a hell of a lot more. 20 million cash, which is very, very nice going from 1 to 70. We've got a little tiny bit of money in the bank. We spent some of the money on the fashion scape because why not? It's fun. We've also got some mage gear because if you guys like this one, leave it a like, let me know, drop a sub so I know, and we'll go from 1 to 75 magic next and just keep it as a really low level baby pure. It's combat 48 at the moment. It took us 26 hours to create that, but obviously only combat levels we'll be getting now is from hit points, so we can keep it as a really low baby pure and actually make quite a cool account out of this. We did make a lot of money in this challenge. Some of that money was spent on gear, self-sustaining, and obviously on the lost Amulet of Avarices. If I was you, I would just get 25 prayer, but I quite enjoyed just doing it with the 1 prayer. I'm probably going to do the Mage with 1 prayer as well, because it'd be fun to do Mage Arena 2 cape with 1 prayer. Nice little challenge for ourselves. And if you guys are still enjoying the series, I'll probably do some sort of low-level melee and, you know, fully flesh out the pure, and then we'll get the range of mage levels and things like that. Obviously, once we've got the 75 mage, I can pot up to do the to be able to entangle and log. This account can really go in any direction you guys want, but yeah, please do let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll make some more videos on it. I'll probably play the account regardless, but if you guys don't enjoy watching it, it'll probably just be a little personal project. But please do leave me your feedback. For anyone that doesn't know, for a $5, a little skidiver, you can become a YouTube member, and I always like to thank my beautiful, rather large, well-endowed YouTube members. That is Mr. Of course it's Mr. Pancakes, ELUW2, 202 mil, Ian, BT, Jacob, Brooks, and Carsten. Until the next video, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to leave me some feedback. Have a bloody great week, and goodbye.